Continuing our in-game faction roster breakdowns for Thrones of Britannia, we have the Norse. The Norse feature a lot of units in their roster, and I believe there's so much more than the Normans simply because this culture is already present in Thrones of Britannia, and as such will feature several of the same units. Choosing generals, you can have a tier 1 elite Hearthguard with the highest shield rating available in Thrones at 45, as well as very high morale and a hefty melee skill and damage value. Or you can choose some Royal Huskarls that have 0 shields but feature the highest melee damage in the game at 65, 40 of that going to armor piercing. They also have the highest charge bonus value, which can be compounded further when in wedge formation. This unit is a meat grinder, no doubt about it. Their Spearmen are nothing to be ashamed of, though you'll want to stick with the retinue line of Herdmen and Herser units with their decent armor values and morale. The Norse swords are among the same lines, definitely not the worst, though they may not be worth what they cost when it comes to facing other factions. That is, with the exception of their final swordsman, the tier 3 elite Jomsvikings. Having the highest shield value as well as one of the highest melee skills at 50, these units might as well be made out of stone as they appear to be able to take an immense amount of damage. Put this unit close to the heat of battle as they will also encourage other units nearby. It is absolutely no shock that the Norse specialize in axe infantry. In fact, I'm fairly positive that the Norse have access to every type of axe unit in the game with 14 different axe warriors. Most of your levy axemen will have shields, making them worth having a few, even if as a screen for higher ranked axemen behind them. Your retinue axe herdmen are going to be your most cost effective, as it's just at the right price point to deploy 1 or 2 more units over the same cost as your elite axemen in a battle. However, should you go elite axemen, you have some superb units to choose from. Shield biters have excellent stats across the board, along with the ability to scare everyone and be immune to fear themselves. Berserkers see a huge increase in melee skill and charge bonus, and of course have the chance to go berserk, killing any enemy within their path without the risk of routing, but at the cost of losing control of the unit. If you like controlled but hard-hitting axemen, look to the final 2 Jarl's Huskarls and Mailed Huskarls, though with only 100 gold separating the two, you should definitely pick the latter as they have increases in armor, charge bonus, and melee skill. Something important to note, regardless of which unit you choose, your melee damage has around 50 to 60% of its value in armor piercing damage as axemen, making even your levy axemen deadly against higher tier units. Surprisingly, the Norse have some excellent archer units to look at. Your Viking archer and Viking hunters are rather standard, but the retinue armored archers and mailed archers have a significant amount of armor and morale compared to a majority of archer units among the other Thrones factions. Their missile damage and accuracy is also pretty high, which makes them even more deadly paired with their snipe and guerrilla deployment traits. Looking to their skirmishers, both the Viking skirmishers and Viking javelin men have very decent missile damage and accuracy, but otherwise on par with most other skirmishers. Lastly, the Norse only have 1 unit of horse, a tier 1 levy Viking scout unit. While having a high shield value, it does not feature many high numbers, further enforcing the scout class, and should probably only be treated as such, harassing archers or distracting other enemy units. The Norse are easily the more badass and difficult of the 2 in-game factions. You have a huge array of axemen to choose from, all designed to absolutely chew through any units in their way. Put some cheaper axe units in front of your more elite ones to act as a screen, then unleash on a flank, and units like the shield biters will easily cause an entire flank to rout. Your archers with their armor can be put into some riskier positions to get some good shots off, and you can even use a couple of your scout horsemen to keep any units from getting too close. That is it for the Norse faction. I hope you have a better understanding of their roster. Do let me know how you played them in multiplayer, and even send me a battle replay if you'd like to see it on the channel. We will get back to our mainland factions for the rest of the series. Thanks for watching. This is Havoc, and I'm out of here.